Hello everyone, my name is Darius and welcome back to Darius Reviews, where I take a look at anything I like, dislike, or am indifferent about. And, well, we're already on the third episode, and let me just say that I think this episode is going to be a real snap. Wait, oh no, what's going on? Huh? Ugh, what happened? Okay, I have a horn and alicorn wings, but I'm still human. Something tells me these reviews are gonna get a little bit more weird. Well, being that I have this horn and these wings, I'm guessing I'm supposed to review something brony related. I know just the thing! I'll review something from Lightning Bliss. She's always got some awesome stuff behind her. But what to review? I'll review one of her magic lessons. That'll make this video at least a little bit worthy length. But I think I'm gonna go for the one that I mostly relate with. So, let's talk about Magic Lesson, Ventriloquism, and Magiswords. The episode first starts off with Bliss being able to hear the narrator. This is weird, being that the narrator was also heard in the original show, but hey. Anyway, she then enters Pie's Pizzeria and looks for Jasper and Vespio. But, to her surprise, they just so happen to not be there because they went to an escape room as she wanted a magic lesson. And this is quite weird in the instance of the short, because in the continuity of the Brony analysis community, she's usually known for overworking herself. She then starts to hear the restaurant phone ring, and thinking it might be Jasper or Vespio, she answers. But guess what? It's a secret surprise from Casper Cake. And yeah, this is just funny.
I don't want to ride the goose, Mommy. He tried to steal my go-gurt.
Best joke in the shorts.
If I had a bit for every time that happened to me, I'd have a bit.
After Casper Cake introduces himself, Blissey obviously gets mad at the fact that he is not her uncle.
About 1,000,000 times! This is Jasper's place, not yours!
Ha! Ain't that just like my favoriteest Blissey Boo? Hey, Hoofio?
Them's good times, Mr. Casper!
Yeah, they basically play like Nohias and Hamber on Mighty Magiswords, which makes this really coincidental, even though they appeared in several other media, such as, well, a comic that gets mentioned later on in the episode.
Origin and the Rumble on the Rails comic, available in the description below. Cross promotion, yeah!
Okay, seriously, did no one else hear that?
Well, I'm guessing they can't hear it because they're trying to stick to the plot. After Jasper basically takes Blissey away to do her next magic lesson, we basically get the funniest part of the episode.
I will answer your question!
Huh? Oh, hey! Look at that! We're tied to a tree.
Yep, yet again, Solar and Shuggle are basically irrelevant to the plot. Kind of like in Forever Young, except they weren't incapacitated for that entire episode. And after all that, we get a quick ventriloquism lesson. Yeah, this wasn't called Ventriloquism and Magiswords for the entire time, and it even includes some fun jokes. But it went on for a little bit too long, in my opinion, of course.
Nice horn, so that makes you mine.
No, we're not doing this.
Oh, but Mama Blissey!
Shut up! I'm not your mama!
But Mama!
I said shut it!
Daddy?
Okay, I'm happy to get the Uncle Jasper nothing joke from their first magic lesson, but I think you just broke bliss. And as this happens, yeah, we start to get a bit weird into this, which calls for the return of Thunderblight.
Back at Pice Pizzeria, dramatic tension!
Coming back from their escape room, Midnight Harmony, Fispio, and Jasper come back from, well, like I said before. And Fispio acts like Gateau, mainly because, you know, Magiswords tributes. And apparently Jasper brought a hat with him, who's also his Fez's racquetball partner. I can't keep track of all these revolving storylines.
Pizza!
You felt that too, right?
I did. It was like 1,000 blood vessels just ruptured at once, and then sudden adrenaline.
Yep. Something tells me Blissy's having an episode again.
Uh-huh. And the creaking in me joints tells me that Casper's involved.
Yes.
You know, being that Jasper barely mentions it, I'm glad we have another reference that he's related to Pinkie Pie. After hearing that news, Midnight and Harmony are craving for a massacre. Unfortunately, Fispio then has to remind them that he has a restraining order against them. Okay, how the heck did Casper Cake get a lawyer? It was probably this guy. Gosh dang. Fortunately, quelling their ladies from their bloodlust, Jasper and Fispio decide to help. And we get a quick Little Mermaid reference.
Oh, you poor unfortunate soul. Looks like I have to educate you.
Katie, love your work, but you gotta work on your...
There they go to save the day!
How did they get the pizza wagon in space? After a exchange that goes on for... You know what? I said the same thing about the magic lesson. This is... And... Yeah, Midnight was right. There is too much time.
Fear not, Blissy Boo, for your beloved Uncle Pones are here to save you.
Yeah, so after that happens, we see Thunderblight choking Casper to death. Or at least, it seems to be to death. He could still breathe, apparently. And you can definitely tell that this isn't the Blight we usually know because, well, she's crying. Usually Blight doesn't cry. To prevent Casper from dying a really hilarious death, the Uncle Pones decide to grab Blight. And now for one of the most dramatic phrases in this entire short.
Firetail Marshmallow Bliss.
Vespio! You promised you wouldn't tell anyone my full name!
Yes, I did promise that. And I didn't tell anyone. You did.
Pulling an example from one of her most recent talks with Dr. Wolf, yeah, you kind of put this on yourself, Bliss.
You do know your moments with Dr. Wolf are public, right? You know, kinda defeats the purpose of doctor-patient confidentiality.
Same thing can go with Thomas Sanders' cartoon therapy. Also, here's one of the second best.
It's gonna be just you and me, and we're gonna be together forever. People, let me tell you about my best friend. Sing it, Dad. He's a Lord. Hard to where you going, Dad?
I have so many problems with this, I don't even know where to begin.
Play us a song, won't you, Mama?
I hate you, Mama! Jinx, you owe me a root beer!
After this, we get a long crying moment with Bliss. That she just wants Casper to shut up, being that he was exposed to her for too long. And yeah, this is kind of sad. And yet again, we get another Jinx, you owe me a root beer jokes. But the fact is, this also leads into the secondary magic lesson of this episode, which should be pretty obvious.
Ooh, are we doing the thing? Jinx root beer, Jinx root beer, Jinx root beer! I'm snapping! I'm doing a snapping! Seriously, can we just bring Blight back for a little smiting?
No can do, buddy boy.
Plus, she already had to deal with another blue pony back in Return of Butterblood. And then we get the magic lesson involving Magiswords, which, yeah, like with the Ventriloquism one, it actually takes a while. And we get introduced to Magiswords within the Burning community. But trust me, if you've been on DeviantArt enough, you'll see a bunch of these scoping around, especially made by me. Back with Casper Cake, we see that the distraction is just a piece of paper on a rock. Oh, well, at least Tom's getting some screen time. After this, we get one of the weirdest jokes within this episode.
What was that? Dear God, my voice! It sounds so eloquent and clear, as though I entered my cocoon, a pale, unflattering stereotype, and have blossomed into a new being. Yet I still carry with me my own tormented, bleeding identity.
Make it stop!
It's great that these guys can still make pony references even though the show's been over. After that, we get a whole Magisword battle involving, well, the two sides, and Bessie actually seems to have a hold of her Magisword, and they do a triple teamwork combo which launches Casper a la Team Rockets. But then they have a realization that they don't want to use all the time for battling, but it would be cool to play with them every so often. After defeating Casper, the three decide to join in a group hug, similar to the one that happened in Announces Anarchy, which is actually really funny. And then the announcer comes back. And then they explain that basically they've been using him for both Magisword related actions along with doing the time cards for TF2. Which, yeah, that happened. Anyway, with all that in mind, and that's where our story basically ends. But you're probably thinking, or you're not thinking and just wanted me to pad out this review, whatever happened to Casper? Well, they actually explained that. Well, after the temporary end credits, we then get to see that Casper's technically okay. Okay, and by that I mean relatively okay. Well, and if you wanted to see what happened to him after the credits, well, I'm guessing. But yeah, he didn't get out of this unscathed, let's just say, terrifying.
Hey, look! A loose end!
Ooh, where? Oh hey, it's those new friendos I held hostage against their will. Good times.
And trust us, you do not want to know what we had to do to get time from that tree.
So, buddy boy, how about we show you a new game I like to call Your Dead Mate?
Aw, but I play that every week with Auntie Ellie.
I demand to talk to my shady lawyer I found on the internet! Censored!
That was Magiswords and Ventriloquism. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that I really liked this video. But before I give my true final thoughts, I really need to get out of here. Maybe snapping will help. It worked last time. hey, it works, and I have glasses now. Must have came with the deal. Anyway, so yeah, magic lesson, ventriloquism, and Magiswords is an amazing video, and to anybody who wants to watch it, I'll link it in the description. With all that in mind, don't forget, I review anything I like, dislike, or am indifferent